c'est une bonne question que tu demandes, Frank. C'est les adversaires canadiens. C'est pas un objectif pour nous de faire un balayage de que ça soit. Qu'est-ce qui est important pour nous, c'est le développement de David. Donc, s'il y a un boxeur qui fit dans le développement de sa carrière pour une éventuelle titre mondial, parfait. Comme Nagler, on savait que c'est pas parce qu'il était canadien, c'est parce que c'était un dur à cuire qui pouvait nous donner des rondes. Donc, ça, c'était la chose le plus important pour nous. C'est pas une question de ego, de dire on veut être champion de notre cours. C'est pour le développer le mieux possible.
Oui, mais les deux veulent être faits maintenant, de faire un championnat nord-américain contre un autre Canadien.
Ça peut arriver. Si ça arrive, tant mieux.
Mais Saint-Just est bien classé.
Saint-Just est bien classé, Demers c'est bien classé, mais il se bat à 168 livres. Joachim Hansen a déjà fait de bons combats sur la scène internationale. Ce serait toutes des choses qui pourraient être intéressantes. On n'a pas parlé à personne d'eux autres pour voir c'est quoi leur objectif, mais nous on sait où on s'en va, c'est quoi les objectifs qu'on a avec David.
Exactly.
Russ, what did he show you today?
Well, like I said, Herb, and I'm sorry, I should have made the translation for you. I think the thing that I was happiest with the most with David was today. Not only did he show that he can go 10 rounds at a good, intense pace. This wasn't a slow-paced bout. It was a fast-paced bout. But I think the thing I'm happiest with him, and you know, he's finally doing something that we've been working on for so long, is the diversity and the versatility that he showed. Like, I mean, he showed so many good qualities, whether it was on the inside. There's not, you can't name me 5 guys on the Canadian scene that are as good in-fighter as David is. There are guys who are in the world, ranked in the world champion, who can't fight as well inside as David can. And then he showed he can box on the outside as well. He showed movement. He showed the ability to tie an opponent up. He showed an ability to bob and weave. I mean, he just did so many different aspects of the game, which are so important if he's going to win on the world scene. And he showed, you know, little bits and flashes of them tonight. And that's the thing that I'm happiest about. He's not the one-dimensional fighter that everybody thought he is.
Another question?
You need more? How big's the article going to be?
You work with the Grants. How does he compare to them?
I think the 3 really different fighters. You know, Howard was so gifted naturally, like his ability in the ring was so naturally gifted, and Otis was so composed and so methodical in his approach. I sometimes see a little bit of that with David when he goes on the attack. David is a little bit of a bigger banger, but Otis was far more cerebral, I think. David is probably unique to his own style. I think what he was able to do was to show that you know, he can take that power, and when power wasn't enough, he can do other things, and he can give you volume. So you know, Otis was always able to adapt and was very diverse as well. So I think there's some comparison you can make there.
Same question for Russ and David. What weight would be ideally for you, given the fact that you went up and down so?
200.
I can.
Like, what would be the ideal perfect weight?
I can still make 160, so we're gonna still keep at 160 for the fights to come. But it's for sure I'm not gonna stay at that weight for much too long. So 160, 168, it's gonna be.
How do you see it, Russ?
I would really, like, we're going to take, one of the things we decided we were going to do, and I spoke to Mark Ramsey, the next thing is David's going to take a test de masse corporelle, comment ça dit in English? Like
body composition.
Body composition, just to make sure, you know, not just by going by eye and guessing on what his ideal weight would be, just to make sure that we're still in the safe zone. One of the reasons, you know, David probably could have suffered down to 160 for this fight, and Nagler would have accepted at 160. But I was concerned of David having to take off that much weight. I felt more secure with David coming in at a light 168, which he came in at 166, and be strong. And he ate before the weigh-in, and he was in a good mood. So his body absorbs information much better that way. I'd rather taken that than have him in a miserable mood for 10 days where he hates everybody around him and he's weak, and you know, he's struggling to make 60. So he's got to learn to make 60 properly. But I had one world champion at 60, and I'd really like to have 2 world champions at 60.
Because at 60, you think that would be a problem against the guys, much taller guys?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No problem. Anybody.
No, I really, that's not. I told you, he's one of the best in-fighters in the world. He's a throwback fighter. I'm telling you, you don't know how good this guy is on the inside. And it's a lost art. People don't know how to fight on the inside anymore. You know, you look at Hopkins maybe, there's not a lot of guys who can get in on the inside and stay right in there, absorb, counter right away, little short shots, and then hit you when you're trying to pull out. He's a brilliant infighter.
Should spar with James Toney.
Yeah, that's it. But see, like I said, few and far between, right?
Right.
Gotta keep eating.
You're like going to the gym in the middle of the night. Why is that?
Oh, because I just like training, you know, it's to me, sometimes I would have be 10 o'clock and then I'm in my house, I just feel like working out. I go and punch the bag, sometimes go at the gym alone, put some music on, punch the bag for 45 minutes.
Do you have trouble sleeping?
No trouble sleeping. I sleep very well. I actually got trouble waking up sometimes. I got no trouble sleeping.
And it's either the gym or a restaurant, so...
There you go, one of the two.
Was there
So
any,
the gym is much more economic.
was there any relief now that the streak is over and you're not going to have to answer questions on like next round?
The streak was just a game, you know. If we kept knocking guys out, you know, it's good. But you know, all the great champions have been rounds. There was always one guy that's gonna stay in there and take all the punches and be at the style that's gonna make you work extra hard to try to win. You know, it's the styles that make the fights. His style was hard to me because he kept coming in like he was very awkward fighter. So.
And a good defense.
A very good defense and
Hell of a chin.
hell of a chin.
Is it any more satisfying having gone the 10 rounds and
Oh yeah,
now
I was
knowing that
very
you can do
happy.
it?
Very happy. I knew I could do it. I can do a lot of rounds. I got the preparation for it. It's no problem with me or anything. So yeah, ready to go. 10, 12, 15. Want to bring it back up? No problem.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks.